closer look at polyrhythms today, okay? So in the context of Autonomy Lost by Meshuggah, we're looking at a polyrhythm that resolves every 16 beats, or 4 measures of 4/4. It's not a very complicated polyrhythm. It's very round. Something about that number 4, it's always like measure 5 comes along, you know you just started the next phrase, right? So polyrhythms work that way, and odd groupings work that way as well. Like, it doesn't matter how odd your grouping is. You know, say you're in 9/8. If 4 measures of 9/8 happen 4 times, you're still gonna know that the next phrase just started on the 5th cycle. So there's something about that number 4. Always remember that. So taking a look at this polyrhythm, 16-beat polyrhythm over 4 measures of 4/4, it's broken down into, oh, surprise, 4 smaller pieces. So those 4 smaller pieces consist of 2 variations. Variation A, which happens 3 times, variation B, which happens 1 time. Variation A is 9 eighth notes long. It sounds like this. That's all it is. That's 9 eighth notes. Now, that happens 3 times, and then in the last time, to add up to 16 beats, we have 5/8. That just sounds like this. That makes sense? Let me know in the comments. But basically, we're trying to add up to 32 eighth notes, right? 16 quarter notes, that's 32 eighth notes. So how can we mix up 32 eighth notes? Well, why not 9, 9, 9, and 5? That's basically how polyrhythms work. You're looking for that large phrase, you know, that 32 beat or 64 beat, whatever, some round phrase, something that's actually divisible by 4. And then you're like, okay, how can I mix up the smaller elements of that? And you just look at your numbers. Like, there's a lot of musical numbers, 5, 7, 9. Look how you can add those numbers up to reach 32 or 64 or 16, you know, whatever it is. You're gonna find some interesting rhythms. Now, what's cool about Meshuggah is they're doing all of these rhythms against 4/4, so that's like a constant variable. So no matter how strange that polyrhythm is, your 4/4 being a constant variable is contextualizing that. The listener can always hear, okay, it's resolving here, or it's shifting against that backbeat. Oh, I recognize that backbeat, but what's happening to the rhythm behind it? Oh, it's just moving over a little bit each time. So that's kind of what you're hearing in Autonomy Lost, but it's a short one. It's only 16 beats. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this, because I'll keep going into polyrhythms if that's what people are interested in. I just got a lot of questions about it in the last couple of videos. All right, let's take a second to talk a little bit about the harmony on this one. So there's only literally 2 notes. I'm tuned at D flat right now. So this is my F natural, and that's my G flat. That's the only 2 notes we have. It's literally F natural and G flat. What's funny is both of those notes actually work as the tonic or the root. So you can tonicize or make the key you're in either F or G flat, which is funny. That's like polytonality. Welcome to Meshuggah. Everything's poly, everything's multiple. So in this case, I'm gonna improvise over that, and I'm going to use a lot of stuff that's in the key of F and a lot of stuff that's in the key of G flat interchangeably. I'm basically going to create the harmonic backdrop that I want with those 2 notes. There's only 2 notes. I can do a million things with them. Like, let's just think for a second. So if my 2 notes are just F and G flat, what scale comes to mind right away? The first one I would think is F altered. This scale. Cut my finger, got a band-aid, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, F altered. So F altered is the 7th mode of melodic minor. That's an interesting tidbit if you didn't know this already, that melodic minor, part of the reason why it's such a useful scale is because it is the altered scale. The 7th mode of melodic minor is the altered scale. So there's a concept where anytime you have an altered dominant chord, you play melodic minor up a half step. So here's what's funny about that in this context is if my bottom note is F natural and then my top note is G flat, I can easily think of that as G flat melodic minor or F altered. So of course, melodic minor is working really well over that. All right, I hope that all makes some sense to you guys, and I'm gonna improvise a little bit on this, and I'll see you guys next time, all right? Hey, subscribe if you haven't already, kid, all right? Because I'm gonna keep telling you these things. And if you find them useful, I would appreciate your support, all right? See you next time. Forgot about this chromatic melody. So how do you deal with a melody and improvising over that? Flat 9, major 7, root. It's a chromatic melody. What's the tonic? Each note is a tonic. Thinking about is tonicizing each note, making each note of that chromatic melody the root. I don't really think about putting them all in the same key. They can't all be in the same key. They're 3 chromatic notes. But each note on its own can be a standalone key. What key? Well, I'm basically thinking of, it's gonna come around again, but I'm thinking of G flat, the key of G flat melodic minor, then I'm going to the key of E melodic minor, then I'm going to the key of F melodic minor. I'm just moving with the melody. Here it comes again. And sometimes I like to play major on that root, so I do melodic minor in G flat, melodic minor in E, and then I'm thinking F altered, just to give it a little mix up, so it's not all parallel. Your ears kind of appreciate the variation. Anyway, right? All right, just whatever, all right? Hey, I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate you subscribing and liking my videos, and keep watching them, all right? Because I'm going to keep giving you more information. Good, son. See you next time.